Last time, I visited a tractor junkyard looking for parts, specifically frame rails. What was nice is I did find a set that was already separated from the tractor. I confirmed that they would fit my transmission, and then I took them home with me. Next, I reinstalled the engine plate onto the end of the transmission, and then I could attach the one side rail, just hand thread in a pair of bolts, and then connect the other side rail. I've got these rails just bolted right onto the bell housing. They're nice, thick, kind of a big, heavy C-channel, heavy-duty stuff. Just put a couple of bolts in there. And one thing you can tell right now is clearly this is too long. Where it connects the flange, it comes out wider a little bit. So basically it's about 18 inches across there. I'm going to measure across the other end here, see what I get. It's closer to 20 inches, looks like 19 3/4. Okay, here comes the big lift. Whoa. Oh. Whew. So I've got the motor, it's pretty close to where it should be. The shaft is more or less centered, somewhere in there. Yeah, that looks pretty close. And looks like right here, we've got clearance. So we'd be able to put a bolt hole through there. Ooh, not so sure about down here. That might be a little close. Fortunately, there's another bolt hole right there. So I think if needed, this is just aluminum, I think that could actually just be cut right off to make it fit. So the other thing I see here, which could have been an issue, is on the side here, these are the cooling ports for the electric motor, and here's the data connection for the encoder, or resolver rather, on the back end. So both of these need to be clear, and fortunately, it looks like the cooling ports there are just above the frame rail, so shouldn't be any problem getting some radiator hose over the top there. Ooh, boy, that's close. And again, this frame rail, you'll see how it bumps out. It gives us sort of an extra inch. So this is a little close here, but I think even if this is over, that should still be okay. And then of course, there's still some bolt holes on the back of the motor. And there's a number of these holes in this frame rail. And what that does is it gives us a lot of mounting points. We could use some of those to connect to the back of the motor, just give it a little more solid stabilization. We could also use it to put some structure coming up. I'm imagining batteries running across the top here, so that could all just bolt to the frame rails. So the length of the engine there is approximately 22.5 inches. So I just measured out from here to here, put a mark, measured across, cut a board as just sort of a help me visualize. The rail come out to here, chop it, put a piece of steel plate, weld it across, put some gussets on the inside corners. Transmission, rails, front axle, and then that piece coming back, tying in down here. Okay, here we go. We kind of have a mock-up of what the tractor could be. So I got the side rails on. I've got the motor set in place. I'm assuming it's probably going to have to be spaced out a little bit just to get all the distances right. Have a shaft with a bearing going to the flywheel. Right across here, this is where the side rails would end. That'd be welded, and this right here would connect up to, on the front end, right here. So right in front of that is the axle, and it's about 9.5 inches or so. So the axle would be here, and then here would be the radiator. There's a little bit of space in front of the radiator just because of the shape of the metal, and there's the grill that goes back in there. But as it is, it looks like there would be some space right behind the motor here. A little bit of space here. Now the axle will be down on the bottom, but above it there'll be some room. A little bit of the space on either side is going to be taken up by these guys here, but this might be good space for the motor controller or the battery charger. Either of those are going to make heat, and we could have the radiator right there. Radiator could be plumbed right into the motor and the motor controller, and what that does is that leaves a lot of room across the top. So if you can imagine here, just visualize a stack of batteries that runs from here straight across to there. If that was all Nissan Leaf cell modules, I think we could fit most of a Nissan Leaf battery pack in straight across there. I know I always like being able to have something real, something physical that I can work with. You know, sometimes that's just cardboard, but if I can even just get parts and, you know, just kind of mock them up temporarily, put them together, you know, something cheap, easy, and fast like wood or pony clamps, and, you know, just check it out, see how it looks. And this is starting to feel like a tractor again.
I hope you like these videos. As always, please make sure to read the description of the video and come check us out at patreon.com and the blog at 300mpg.org. Until next time, stay charged up